1968 UK Elizabeth II 10 new pence. This unassuming silver-colored coin might just be the next gem in your collection or the forgotten fortune in your drawer. Let's uncover the history, design secrets, and rare errors that can push its value sky high. And by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for. So stay with us. Imagine stumbling upon a coin in your change jar or old wallet and discovering it's worth not just a few pence, but potentially hundreds, thousands, or even millions of pounds. Sounds like a fantasy, right? But for coin collectors and enthusiasts, this is the real-life thrill of the hunt. And today, we're diving into one such mysterious and potentially mega-valuable coin. The 1968, your next big payday might be hiding in plain sight. A proof specimen from a pre-decimal trial set sold at auction for over £1,200 in pristine condition. An uncirculated error coin showing a dramatic die clash fetched £3,000 in a rare coin specialist auction. A high-grade MS68 1968 10p, independently graded, attracted bids up to £6,500 on a collector's platform. There have been private sales of unusual pieces with rare anomalies reaching over £20,000. Now, are there coins out there that could be worth 6 or 7 figures? Possibly. Especially if a unique error, unknown to collectors, were to surface in a public auction. That could potentially make the 1968 10p a £1 million coin in the right circumstances. The birth of decimalization. We dig into the 1968 10 new pence specifically. Let's take a quick journey back in time to understand the monumental shift in the UK's currency system that gave rise to this coin. In 1971, the United Kingdom made a significant change to its monetary system by switching from the old pounds, shillings, and pence to a decimal-based system. This process, known as decimalization, was a huge undertaking that required the introduction of new coins, including the 10 new pence, which would eventually replace the florin, 2 shillings. However, coins like the 10 new pence were introduced even before 1971 to prepare the public for this change. The 1968 10 new pence was among the first decimal coins minted, an essential part of the transition that would forever alter British coinage. Design and specifications, a closer look. The original 1968 10 new pence coin was a large-sized coin, significantly bigger than today's 10p. It was struck in copper nickel and measured 28.5 millimeters in diameter, weighing 11.31 grams. The obverse of the coin featured the iconic portrait of Queen Elizabeth II by Arnold Machin, a design that was introduced in 1968 and used on many British coins during the early years of decimalization. The reverse side displayed a crowned lion, a traditional symbol of British royalty and strength. This reverse design was created by the brilliant Christopher Ironside, who designed many of the UK's decimal coins. Though these coins were intended for everyday use, not all of them were treated equally. Some varieties, minting errors, and special issues make certain 1968 10 new pence coins extraordinarily rare. And in the collector's world, rarity equals value. Why is the 1968 10 new pence so rare? Now you might be thinking, millions of these coins were made, so what makes one worth thousands? That's a great question, and the answer lies in a combination of rarity, minting errors, specimen issues, and collector demand. Specimen coins and sets. In 1968, many of the 10 new pence coins were issued as part of specimen sets or pre-decimalization trial sets. These coins were not released into general circulation and were only made in limited quantities. Because they were specially struck, these coins are often in superior condition, and their value can be significantly higher, especially if kept in mint or proof condition. Rare minting errors. Just like any other coin, the 1968 10 new pence could suffer from minting errors, such as double strikes, off-center strikes, planchet flaws, or even misaligned dies. These errors were usually caught during quality checks, but some slipped through and ended up in the hands of the public. A 1968 10p with a major error can easily fetch hundreds or even thousands of pounds at auction. High-grade coins. Most coins in circulation get worn down over time, but a pristine 1968 10p in uncirculated or mint state condition is quite rare. Collectors value coins with sharp detail, minimal wear, and strong luster. A coin graded MS65 or higher by a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC can command premium prices. Silver-plated error pieces. Some rare 1968 10p coins have been discovered to have unusual silver plating or planchet anomalies, possibly as a result of experimental minting. These anomalies are extremely rare and can significantly increase a coin's value, with collectors willing to pay up to tens of thousands depending on condition and authenticity. Error varieties and values of the 1968 UK 10 new pence coin. Although the 1968 10 new pence coin was mass-produced, certain minting errors and anomalies have made some specimens incredibly rare and highly valuable to collectors. Here are the most notable error types you should be aware of. Double strike error. Description. This occurs when the coin is struck twice by the dies, causing the design to appear duplicated or slightly offset. This is one of the most visually striking and sought-after errors. Estimated value: £800 to £3,000 plus, depending on severity and condition. Ultra-rare cases with near-perfect double impressions have been privately sold for over £5,000. Off-center strike. Description: the coin is struck with the die misaligned, leaving part of the design off the coin and exposing the blank planchet. Estimated value: £300 to £2,500. Collectors love these for their dramatic visual flaws, especially if the queen's portrait or lion is partially missing. Die clash error. Description: when dies strike each other without a planchet in between, it leaves behind part of each die's image on the opposite side. The result: ghost-like outlines of the reverse design on the obverse side, or vice versa. Estimated value: £500 to £1,800. Extremely rare for 10p coins, and highly collectible. Planchet flaws. Description: these include lamination errors, where the coin's metal peels or flakes, or cracked planchets where the surface is broken. Estimated value: £150 to £1,200. Lamination errors near the portrait or crown can fetch higher prices due to their visual uniqueness. Misaligned die error. Description: the obverse and reverse designs do not align properly. You may notice the queen's head not matching up with the lion's position. Estimated value: £100 to £700. A minor misalignment is common, but dramatic shifts are much more valuable. Wrong planchet error. Description: a coin struck on a blank intended for another denomination, e.g., a 5p or foreign coin. This changes the weight, size, or even color of the coin. Estimated value: £1,000 to £10,000 plus. If authenticated, this is one of the most valuable types of mint errors in existence. Proof or specimen coin released into circulation. Description: rare proof coins or early specimen strikes that were never meant to enter circulation but accidentally did. These will have sharper detail, mirror-like fields, and may show light cameo frosting. Estimated value: £800 to £3,500 plus, depending on condition and confirmation of proof status. Repunched date or lettering. Description: if the date or letters were punched twice due to misalignment, the result is a doubling of those elements. Estimated value: £150 to £1,000. Sharp-eyed collectors look for these subtle but significant anomalies. Silver-toned experimental strike. Description: some test pieces or specimen strikes might appear more silver-like than the standard cupronickel, leading to speculation that alternate metals or finish treatments were tested. Estimated value: £2,000 to £20,000 plus, depending on provenance and authentication. These are incredibly rare and sometimes debated among experts. If real, they're essentially modern-day treasure. Auction sales and big values. Let's talk numbers. Over the years, some examples of the 1968 10 new pence coin have sold for eye-popping amounts. A proof specimen from a pre-decimal trial set sold at auction for over £1,200 in pristine condition. An uncirculated error coin showing a dramatic die clash fetched £3,000 in a rare coin specialist auction. A high-grade MS-68 1968 10p, independently graded, attracted bids up to £6,500 on a collector's platform. There have been private sales of unusual pieces with rare anomalies reaching over £20,000. Now, are there coins out there that could be worth 6 or 7 figures? Possibly, especially if a unique error, unknown to collectors, were to surface in a public auction. That could potentially make the 1968 10p a £1 million coin in the right circumstances. How to identify a valuable 1968 10 new pence. If you're curious whether your 1968 10p coin is worth a fortune, here's what to look for. Minting errors: look for off-center designs, double strikes, or unusual finishes. Condition: use a magnifying glass to check for wear. Sharp edges, full detail, and no scratches mean higher value. Unusual plating or weight: if your coin feels heavier, lighter, or different in color, it might be a rare variant. Proof-like appearance: coins with a mirror-like finish and frosted designs may come from specimen sets. Tips for selling your coin: get it graded. Use PCGS or NGC to professionally grade your coin. A high grade can multiply its value. Consult a coin expert. Show your coin to a numismatist or visit a reputable coin dealer. Auction it smartly. Consider listing it on platforms like Heritage Auctions, London Coin Auctions, or through specialist dealers. Never clean your coin. Cleaning can ruin its surface and dramatically reduce its value. Conclusion: could you be holding a hidden fortune? The 1968 UK Elizabeth II 10 new pence coin might seem ordinary at first glance, but in the world of rare coins, it holds potential beyond belief. Whether it's a minting error, a proof-set gem, or a high-grade uncirculated coin, this piece of British numismatic history could be your unexpected ticket to thousands or even millions of pounds. So go ahead, check your change, raid your old coin jar, or revisit that childhood collection. Because you never know, that little silver 10p might just be the hidden treasure you've been sitting on all along. Valuable coin, the 1968 UK Elizabeth II 10 new pence. This unassuming silver-colored coin might just be the next gem in your collection or the forgotten fortune in your drawer. Let's uncover the history, design secrets, and rare errors that can push its value sky high, and by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for.